When it comes to the scenario analysis that we're doing for NAFTA in terms of Mexico, so I would say two parts of the story. On the one side, clearly we're looking at what are the most sensitive sectors that could be, let's say, more suddenly affected if there's something, if something negative happens or arises from the NAFTA talks. Clearly, I mean, the first one that comes to mind, it's like the auto industry and all the related entities. So we've been monitoring that closely. I would say it's fair to say that clearly, I mean, it could be a material issue, but not a devastating one. So we have been serving like we have ratings for banks that account for more than 90% of the banking system, and we have came to a figure in which the direct exposure to the auto industry, it's only slightly above 1% of total loans. And even on a more, let's say on a broader basis, when you add up all the suppliers that are directly linked to the supply chain of the auto industry, or anything whose repayment capacity it's heavily reliant on that sector, the number comes to something that it's going to be between 3 and 4% of total loans. So as I said, it's material, but it's not necessarily devastating. I mean, just to put that in perspective, this is a banking sector that already faced a big issue 3 years ago with a sector such as the home builders. It was probably half of that, and they were able to, let's say, comfortably absorb that in a more challenging environment of slower economic growth, tighter margins, and so on. So I think the key question when it comes to NAFTA, clearly, it's that the increased correlation that it could have and the spillovers that it could have across sectors. But we do believe that there will be more like a model through situation in which some of the companies, the big names that are in the bank's portfolio, they will have to find a way to relatively adapt quickly to the new market conditions. So I would say that when it comes to NAFTA, just like in the political environment, our main concern is how that's going to affect, let's say, the medium-term prospects in terms of business confidence, investment, consumer confidence as well, and how that could have pass-through effects into the economic growth prospects, which, because in Mexico, as I said, it's already been performing relatively below the other emerging markets or other peers in the region.